a year ago. But like, I'm like, no, I'm like, I'm not ready. I need to slow down. Years downtown.
Oh, right.
I don't know. Whistle? Alright. Hey, there it is. Alright. That was good. Who did that? You're hired. Who found your calling? Alright. Alright, guys, come on in. Grab a seat. As you can tell, see the on-air lights? Alright, and they're outside the doors too. So just so you know, this is broadcast live. If you don't want to be on camera, you can sit on these people's laps over here, or those people's laps over there, or you can sit out in the hallway. But we're live, so I just want everybody to know that. And if you're tuning in, wherever you're tuning in from, California, New Hampshire, wherever, we're glad you're joining us. So let's get started. Thank you for attending the Racing for Recovery Support Group meeting. We are focused on maintaining a drug-free and healthy lifestyle. Since 2001, our open forum meeting welcomes parents, adolescents, recovering individuals, and anyone who supports our mission. Your suggestions, comments, or ideas are welcome to make our meetings the best they can be. The Racing for Recovery Support Group meeting is a cutting-edge alternative to what is currently offered. By combining substance abusers, families, friends, and the public at large, we have created an environment that is beneficial to everyone who has been affected by alcohol and drug addiction. Our meeting start time is 7 p.m. Please be on time, and please turn off your cell phones and stay off of them during the meeting. Please, only one person speaks at a time, and please speak loudly so everyone can hear you. We will gladly sign your proof of attendance slips. If you leave them out in the hallway, there is a green basket. Put them there. We'll sign them. You can pick them up when we're done with our discussion. Honesty is required. Feel free to openly share your comments and points of view on how alcohol and drug addiction has impacted your life. This meeting is open to people of all ages and welcomes diversity, so please refrain from using excessive foul language or language that discriminates against any race, gender, religion, ethnicity, sexual orientation, or disability in order to maintain an atmosphere of respect and dignity for all who are present. This is a key thing that we do here. If you see a visitor, a new member, or a returning member that you haven't seen in a while, please warmly welcome them into our program. And lastly, please refrain from getting up and leaving the meeting while it's in progress because it's disruptive to others. Who has our lifestyles of recovery tonight? Matt.
Guidelines for living a lifestyle of recovery. The lifestyle of recovery guidelines are intended to be utilized by recovering individuals, their families, and anyone else who is striving to avoid substance abuse and achieve sobriety. And wanting to pursue positive alternatives to substance abuse such as education, employment, quality relationships, and health and fitness. 3. Using resources such as friends, family, teachers, and peers as a way to achieve and remain sober. Adding sports, art, or music to these resources will help us stay focused and motivated. 4. Define balance and working toward making it a part of everyday life. 5. Building self-esteem and confidence through sobriety to combat negative feelings regarding oneself. 6. Understanding that negative behaviors of isolation and self-pity lead to self-destruction. 7. Lifting a person up is different than allowing them to continue their destructive lifestyles. Be there for yourself and be patient with your friends and family. 8. Learning how to help without supporting the addict's behavior. Providing assistance to the recovering individual that will improve their lives, not further their usage. 9. Recognizing personal challenges and integrating them into our lifestyle as challenges to triumph over. 10. Caring for our personal, emotional, physical, and spiritual individuality is the source we use for our sense of worth. Each person is truly magnificent. Our mission at Racing for Recovery is to prevent all forms of substance abuse by promoting a lifestyle of fitness and health for all those affected by addiction.
All right. Is there anybody here for their first ever Racing for Recovery meeting tonight? That's any newbies? All right, awesome. Hans is an old friend of mine. I don't even know how to introduce this one. So here's what we do at all of these meetings. It's imperative that everybody very loudly introduces themselves and says why you're here. At Racing for Recovery, you don't have to say you're an alcoholic or a drug addict or anything. You don't have to say that. We view you as a person, and you're more than what you did in your former drug using area or whatever you want to call that. If you want to say that for your own self-recovery or whatever it is, it's totally fine, but we really want you to focus on who you are, why you're here, and how we can help you tonight.
My name's Joe. I come to Racing for Recovery because it's shown me a better life, and as of tomorrow, I will have 10 months.
I'm here because I value the growth in my recovery.
My name's Morgan, and I'm here to learn.
I'm Gabe. I'm here to support my son, Steve.
I'm Steve, and I'm here to stay on the right track.
I'm Daryl. I'm here because I like the people I hang around with here.
I'm Brandon. I'm here because I like people I hang out with here.
Hi, I'm Steven. I really love the positivity here.
My name's Patrick, and I'm here because I want to live.
My name's Mike. I come here because I love to watch the impact that these meetings and this place makes on everyone.
I'm Kat, and I'm here because I don't feel right when I don't come here. And I was on time to everything this week.
I'm Charles. I'm here to support recovery.
I'm Sabrina.
I'm here to learn a better way of life. I'm Ari. I'm here to learn. I'm Ryan. I'm here to listen to life.
I'm Gary, and I'm here to suck up the positive atmosphere. It's great.
I'm Bob. Here to support my son, Bob, and anyone else here that needs support.
Hi, I'm Penny. I'm Bobby's mom, and I'm here to give him support and anybody else who needs it.
I'm Bob, and I'm here for the support and positivity.
Hi, I'm Mike. I'm here to share in the positive energy that generates itself among us every night here.
I'm Hans. I'm here to support someone and try to get him on the right path.
I'm Joel. I'm here to change my life.
Oh, Shelby, I wasn't expecting to randomly be pointed at to go, but I'm here because it's been kind of a weird week, and this is where the cool people hang out. Jeff.
I'm Jeff. I'm here to learn how to have a lifetime of sobriety.
I'm Rich. I'm here to learn.
I'm John. I'm here to help a friend who isn't here yet.
I'm also here to help that same friend.
My name's Pete, and I'm here to support my son.
I'm Steve. I'm here for support, and coming here really helps me keep my day balanced and keep me in the moment.
What's up? I'm Sabrina. I'm here for a change.
I'm Sherry. I'm here to support my son Frank and to listen and learn.
I'm Frank. I come here because this Racing for Recovery is helping me change my lifestyle.
I'm Jeff, and I'm here because I got a bone-deep drive to change my life. And my commitment to the lifestyles of this program is happening.
Joe.
My name's Joe. I'm here because I want a better life, and this place recently has kept me from slipping back to the old neighborhood, so it does work.
My name is Ashley, and I'm here to keep growing and stay focused.
My name is Shorty. I'm a family member here at Racing for Recovery, and
This is where I've learned to do lifestyle recovery, and this is where life happens.
I'm Jessie. I keep coming because it's where I learned to love myself.
I'm Randall. I'm here to stay positive, and I always learn something good at these meetings, so I keep coming back.
My name is Jacob. I have not been here in a while, and there will always be a part of me that will be at Racing for Recovery, and I have a lot of appreciation for Todd, and just happy to get respect to come back here and to see everybody. Todd, I really have a lot of admiration for you, and so.
It's great to see you, buddy.
I'm Jim. I'm here for my son Ryan, who I can thankfully say is at work. And, recovering skeptic, and I really support this program.
I'm Therese, here to support my son as well, and again, glad he's at work too.
I'm Renee. My daughter Megan's at work with their son Ryan, or Ryan's at work with Megan. And I come here because this helped put our family back together.
I'm Virginia, and I'm happy to be here.
Hi, I'm Mary Ann, and we haven't been here for a couple weeks. We were going to come last week. Our son was in town. We were going to come as a family and weren't able to. I wasn't feeling well, so we watched it at home, and it was a very powerful meeting. We got a lot out of it. It opened up a lot of conversation at home afterwards. And tonight we're on the other side. I know.
Hi, Mike. I come here with my wife because Thursday nights help us keep on keeping on.
Hi, I'm Rachel. I'm here to listen and learn.
Did you bring a friend?
I did.
We can't see. There.
You can't see.
Oh. Cool dog in there. Where are we at? Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Vanessa. I'm here to listen and learn and get my stamp.
Stamp girl. Get my stamp, right? We do that for everybody but you. It just changed. It's a new rule. You're special. No, I'm just teasing you. Go ahead.
I'm Nikki, and I'm here to support Ben and to learn and get support for myself.
My name's Ben. I'm here to learn and listen.
I'm Carrie, and I come here to support my brother, but I've also realized through coming here that as a family member, I need support in order to heal too, and being here helps me.
I'm Jordan. I'm here to stay uncomfortable and keep it on track.
Go. You guys didn't go yet. You walked in.
Hi, I'm Shane. I'm here to take my life back.
Beautiful.
Hi, I'm Heather. I'm here to support Shane.
Cool.
I'm Matt, and I'm just grateful to be in a room full of badasses today.
Hey, I'm Jess. I'm here because I believe in change and because there are a room full of people here that are beautiful, strong souls, and they help me want to be a better person every day.
Right on.
My name's Jenny, and I'm here. I keep coming because this program made me my family and my kids back.
I'm Pat. I'm here for the positivity, being an enabler, but I learned it here.
I am Jenny, and I'm here to hear all the fantastic stories of recovery and to support this wonderful program.
I'm Grandma. Sometimes I sit over here and I think, I'm the oldest person here, but my hearing must be going because I can't hear a lot of those voices down that way. But I am a recovered neighbor so far. I have a recovering grandson. His address is now Stryker, Ohio. And hopefully this time it'll work. I also give free hugs.
I'm Chris. I'm here to listen.
Shelley, I'm here to get positive. I was told I beat myself up a lot, so I'm here to start to, well, I've been growing, but trying something more.
I'm Kaylee and this is Addie. I'm here because I love Racing for Recovery and it helps me support my family.
I'm Curtis, struggle with substance abuse. I used to be in the program here, but I had to go to a different program and I missed that meeting tonight, so I had to come to this one. So it's been a while, so miss all you guys.
Good to see you. You know about that dress code still, right?
I know.
You're all right.
You don't forget anything, do you?
Go ahead.
Hey, I'm Josh. I'm whatever you say I am. And I'm here because my life is one god-awful shitty mess. Thank you.
My name's Faye and I'm here to try something new.
My name's Tom. I come here to continue to learn.
I'm Kevin. I come because everybody rocks here, that's all.
I'm Rob. I come for the positivity, and every time I leave here, I'm in a better place and a better mood, and I just continue to grow by coming here.
I'm Andre. I had a pretty productive, positive day, and I wanted to keep it going. And I also want to learn more about my addiction.
I'm Cody. I'm here to invest in my life, my recovery.
Right on.
I'm Kayla and I'm here to support Cody.
Thanks, Marcus. I'm here to stay out of trouble.
I'm Scott. I'm here because I'm very grateful to be sober.
Hey, we got to take a break. You guys got to speak loudly. Sorry, Linda. You got to say it loudly. These people want to hear you.
I'm here because this program gives me.
I'm Jeff, alcoholic addict, and I do a full takes advantage of all that is offered.
I am Randall, too. I come here to heal from the loss of my daughter and to find hope and to make a difference.
I'm Justin, and I'm here to give and get support.
I'm Brian. Here to support my brother Michael.
I'm Esther, and I'm here to support my son Michael.
I'm Jill and I'm here to support Michael.
I'm Kevin. I'm here to support my awesome brother Michael.
I'm that awesome brother Michael. And I come here because I'm learning a new lifestyle, and it's been an amazing 90 days today of sobriety.
I'm Rachel and I'm here because this is where my friends and family are at, and this is where my dad learned the tools to save his life.
I'm the dad. I'm Mike. I'm here because I value my life today.
I'm Jennifer. This is my first time here. I lost my daughter Haley to a heroin overdose on March 11th. And I appreciate everybody's support.
I'm Pam and I'm here for support.
I'm Rick. I'm here to support this great group of people in memory of my son Jacob. We missed you all the last couple of weeks. We had a good week in Florida and then come home to the death of one of my nephews, so we weren't able to make it last week. But one nice thing was last week's great meeting. We were able to catch up on that last night, and it was a very great meeting, so it was nice to be able to just come back and see it afterwards. So.
I'm Tyrone. I'm here to enjoy godliness and recovery.
I'm Julie. I'm here to support my son Joe and to continue to learn.
My name is Bill. I'm here to support my son Joe, and I just love to come here on Thursdays. This program gave me hope when I thought there wasn't any.
My name's Gail. I'm here after the death of our daughter last August. I found this at about the same time that she passed away. And I love hearing all the success stories and seeing everybody that is succeeding at beating their addictions. And one thing this place really does, a lot of times I have conflict with my head and my heart. My head knows that this was all Lauren's doing and there wasn't a lot, you know, if this was her direction, I could do whatever I could to save her, but it was really ultimately up to her. So there's a lot of conflict because my heart will beat me up and say, why didn't I do more? And coming here just keeps me in focus as I did what I could with the knowledge I had at the time, and she's the one that did it to herself. So.
I'm Bruce. I come here to enjoy the positivity and also to learn, which will better enable me to provide support to all those that are impacted by addiction.
My name is Sandy. I'm the mom of 2 adult addicts, sons in recovery, and we've been coming to racing for many years. And I just want to encourage your family members and friends of addicts and alcoholics to please keep coming back. It's going to give you lots of hope, and it'll help you keep going, and ideas of how to handle the whole situation differently. But this is the best place for you to be.
I'm Ron. I'm here to give and get support.
I'm Janie, and I'm here for a different perspective on my addiction.
Tony, and I'm trying to be stronger than yesterday.
Can you say that again, please?
I'm Tony, and I'm here to be stronger than yesterday.
I'm Jeff, and I'm here to listen and learn.
I'm Jim, and I'm here to keep staying sober.
I'm Mark, and I'm here to take in some new information.
What's going on, everybody? I'm a grateful recovering addict. Nick is my problem. I'm here because this is where it's at on Thursdays.
My name's Quentin. I'm here for myself, but also to be an example of the lifestyles, because I believe in them.
I'm Emily, and I'm here tonight because last week was a really helpful and supportive meeting for me. I was really missing my parents, so I want to say thanks, Todd, for having this live stream format, because my parents are in attendance from the Dominican Republic tonight, so thanks so much.
I'm Justine. I come here because I've only been here for not even 2 months, and I love everybody here. It's a really good place.
I'm Eric. I'm here to find a new positive way of life.
My name's Marcus. I'm here because I really like the positive, supportive people here. Every time I've been here, it's made an impact on my life, and I really need that in my recovery.
I'm Tony. I'm here because the more tools I can learn to save my life, the better.
My name's David. I'm here to support my friend Tony.
My name's John. I'm here to feel normal and to be around other people like me, and to see if, you know, if I can get the help I need.
I'm Sharon. I'm here for the fellowship, for recovery, and sobriety.
Right on.
I'm Michelle. I'm here to stay with
I love this place, and I want to read something off my phone. And Grandma, you always read those nice things off, you know, those things that you get. And this is this reminded me of you, because I think you're going to like this. It says, "Don't hate the addict, hate the disease." And I'm sorry it says disease, Todd, but it does. Don't hate the person, hate the behavior. If it's hard to watch it, imagine how hard it is to live it.
Wow.
I'm Julie. I'm here for recovery, and tomorrow is my 90 days.
All right.
I'm Conrad. I'm here to listen.
My name's Kim, and I'm here because good things are really starting to happen. The more I'm consistent, the more I would just, I don't know how to put it in words, but good things are happening for me. The longer I stay sober, I feel better physically and mentally, and people are starting to reach out for me for just the small little things, and it feels really good to be helpful to people, so that's why I keep coming.
Brendan?
I'm Brendan, and there's no place I'd rather be. I learn every week, and I enjoy it. I mean, it started because I felt like I needed to be here. Now I just want to be here every week. And it looks like the pink is starting to catch on there.
I'm Todd, and I'm just thankful to be here. Emily, when you spoke, I was thinking, when were your mom and when were they here? They came to one meeting like years ago.
In the basement of the church.
Yes. How many years ago?
Had to have been at least 3 because they've been in the Dominican for about. It was right after I got out of jail, so. Yeah.
Sorry.
Maybe no, you're right. It's actually a little bit, maybe a year after that, because yeah.
I love hearing, not that you were in jail and all that, but when you're talking about that they get the power to watch you from the Dominican Republic tonight, it's a reminder of why this format of being broadcast live is so important. You know, it's to take what is here and get it out to other people. That's just awesome. Man, with sobriety, anything is possible, that's for sure. Okay, who has Dee's poem? The answer.
The Answer by Donald D. Carr. Running from the misery, trying to escape the pain. As I approach the light of hope that lies before me, each step overwhelms me. Every breath sears my throat. I ache, my body rebels against me. My memories torment me. Agony has become my closest companion. My demons mock me as I dangle helplessly above the abyss of alcohol and drug abuse. Voices all sound the same, criticizing, accusing, blaming me for what has happened. They don't understand. They don't care who I am. I'm a human being full of thoughts and feelings. I'm worth saving. Just show me the way. At last I reach the light of promise. There stands the answer, open arms, understanding smiles, looks of trust, and so it begins, racing for recovery.
Okay, we had a pretty good week last week, so not putting any pressure on all of this, we got to up the ante again. You know what I'm saying? Okay, there's 138 people that came here tonight. That is awesome. And if you are new to this environment, we are thankful you're here. And what you're going to get here is an open forum that welcomes any type of comment you want to make. If you have a question, ask it. We're notorious for saying this, it's free therapy, so take advantage of it. I love what Jeff said. You'd be a fool not to utilize the information that's in here. So a couple things before we get started. Jessie, awesome on 11 months of sobriety. Give her a round of applause. I'm actually going to do your job for you because I'm remembering what you normally do. They're doing golf on Friday, right? So get with Desi if you want more information on going out Friday and playing golf. And Saturday, the building is open starting at 5. And come on out. If you want to bring something to eat, that's cool, but come on out. It's open to everybody. Come on out and have a good sober night.
We'll have burgers and hot dogs. We'll have food here.
Then there's
Saturday.
that too.
Yeah.
You can eat. Yep. All right. How about this for a topic? And we're also going to try, we attempted a Skype call that we had a couple weeks ago. We're going to do another one of those from Pittsburgh, I think, later on in the meeting, which would be cool. So we're going to do this tonight. We're going to have one topic, and it's going to be called, When Does the Healing Begin? And that is for yourself and for your family. So I want to keep it positive. When does the healing begin? There's a lot of people who are going through a lot. I can't imagine. Jennifer, your daughter Haley, I met her 3 times. I'm sorry. So we got some healing to do for a lot of people in here. But Jeff, you're going to start us off tonight. Go ahead.
Do that. What I'm about to read, the author of this poem that I'm about to read was supposed to be sitting right next to me, but at the last minute I got a text and she had some transportation issues, but that's my daughter that wrote this poem over 2 years ago. as a senior in high school. And, you know, when you're talking about the healing process, I made a commitment to myself into this program 6 months and 1 week ago. And one of the awesome mentors of this program named AJ, every morning when I would come in for IOP, he'd be out in the hallway and he would always say, time to get some healing, you know, and that's truly what it's all about here for me. And a lot of the healing that I'm going through is the guilt, and it's the destruction that I caused with my family, my kids, most importantly, my son and my daughter. And I'll read this, but the proof of the healing for me, there's no question, because I don't know for sure 6 months ago there's no way I could have read this to myself, let alone in front of a group of people. But I'll just read it. I am waiting for my father to sober up, and I am waiting for him to stop acting like a child, and I'm waiting for him to repay me for all the things he's taken, and I'm waiting for an apology for breaking his little girl's heart, and I'm waiting for all the things he promised me and for our relationship to heal, and I'm waiting for him to get his act together and become a man for once. And I'm waiting for this war to be over, which will make me relieved, as well as my family. And I'm waiting for the final withering away of your addiction. And I am patiently waiting to have a father again. And you know what? She's not waiting anymore.
That's right. That's right. Here we go. Nick, you up?
What's up, everybody? My name is Nick. For me, the healing process, it's cliche, I guess, but it's when I fully surrender, you know. It's just like, I can't do it anymore. And it's not easy to do, because you got to get honest with yourself. You got to humble yourself. I mean, I had someone ask me, if you could go back and take everything you've done back, would you? No, you know. Addiction has, you know, taught me a lot about myself, about people. It's a truly humbling experience. If you want to, healing. If you want to heal yourself, you have to help yourself. You know, you have to want it. Because if you don't want it, I mean, there's nothing. You know, there's that fake it till you make it. It works for some people, and sometimes they have a change of heart, you know, and then they truly go, you know, balls to the wall for recovery. Because I know a couple people that are just boom, boom, service work, meetings, this, that, give back, chair, you know, all that. And you can be vulnerable. I try to share when I come here because it helps me heal myself. And you never know, you can help somebody else too. There's a lot of people here. You said 138 people? That's a lot of people, man. And then everyone, you know, on the interweb. Yep. That's a lot. That's a lot more people, I'm sure. I don't know if you, for me, I can only say for me, but when I'm trying to heal myself, you got to get honest. You got to face those things you never wanted to face. You got to deal with those problems you've been burying, you know, putting in that lockbox and throwing it in the ocean. You got to take the chains off that box of feelings and feel it, even though it sucks. Who likes to, you know, if I'm not happy, I don't like to experience it. But I'm working on that, you know, as I open up and talk and share. You know, I go to groups. And I'm in a recovery house right now. You know, it's a great place. You know, we have awesome people that work there, people that really care, that have been through it. Just for me to heal myself, just have to get honest, you know, and share. That's a big thing. Share what's going on, 'cause if you bottle it up, it will kill you. It'll take you back out, or it'll make you do something else. I mean, it will kill you. So you gotta talk about it.
Charles.
My name's Charles. Healing started for me, I guess, when I made a decision that I deserved better in my life for myself. And really, I was tired of seeing people around being hurt, my family, and just anyone I came in contact with. So I wrote back and I took suggestions. Suggestions to me was doing 90 meetings in 90 days. I did that. And then I actually had to push back and say that I deserve more in life for myself. I saw people around me that were not getting their material things back as fast, but they were gaining respect for themselves and for others. During the introduction, I heard of all the people that have lost their children and loved ones to this, disease, through, addictions and all. There's so many resources in the country today that weren't available a long time ago. And one thing I had to do was to not be ashamed of what I did, but look at what I could do. And not just for myself, for others. I traveled extensively across the country. I've seen thousands of people and tens of thousands of people in recovery in almost 30 years. And that's one thing I've seen that really works. That's having an exit plan. If you're in a program, if you're wearing an ankle bracelet, if you're court ordered, it don't matter how you got in these rooms at all. But you're here, it's very important that you take advantage of this time. And, don't leave it to your own wits. God's placed people around you that are willing to give you that you can't put a dollar or price on. You just got to be the one to reach on out. I had to reach out. So, just have hope. And I've said this before, don't want to leave this room and not have contact with nobody, touch nobody in here. Because as soon as we step outside the door, life begins again, accruing. An exit plan for anybody in a program is important. People are afraid of drug dealers and people that come in contact with the children and all. Don't be afraid of them. Hell, pick up the phone and call somebody. Get somebody to come and talk to you. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to your family. You own this. Don't let them out there take it from you. Don't be abused by those that use you, those you love. That's all I want to say tonight. Thanks.
Sabrina, go ahead.
When I gave up my will and became willing, that's when the healing process began for me. When I stopped trying to fix myself and allow somebody else to fix me. And that came from who I call God and other people. I did not know myself. I did not know where I was hurting. I was hurting every area. So I had to be fixed all over again. I had to change my mind and my life. New places, new people, and new things. And this program, Racing for Recovery, is one of them with that I passed.
Awesome. Shorty.
Healing for me, it started when the destruction stopped. When I stopped being destructive to my family, stopped being destructive to my friends. And when those friends and family members came up to me and said, you know what, we're proud of you for what you're doing. We really love the lifestyle you're living. And it truly is a new lifestyle. Absolutely. As the saying goes, with sobriety, anything is possible. I was able to start a new job here in the last couple of weeks. And that never would have happened 4 months ago. No way. I feel proud of myself. It's because of this program that I'm able to feel proud of myself because now I know that I am healing. I got friends and family members 3,000 miles away in California, and when they look and see and watch on the screen, because they watch, and they can see me, and they see the difference and the change in me, they tell me they're proud of me. So I know there's healing, but I also know that the destruction has stopped, and I don't ever have to do that ever again. Thank you.
Bruce, you had said earlier about, I don't want to, I'm paraphrasing, but basically it was about you're here to be impacted by addiction and be around people who have been impacted by addiction. And I immediately wrote underneath it, who's impacted by recovery? And that would be all of us, right? Because and we did this in our educational group this morning. There's a lot of tendencies in I guess the normal ways of treating this stuff is it's always has this negative tone to it, and even when Nick was talking, I gotta share, I gotta talk, and it's like, yeah, you do, but the other side of this is you gotta live. I mean, I didn't get sober. My goal when I was coming into this was not to come to support group meetings, and this is a pretty good one. It wasn't to come in and share. It wasn't to come in and talk. It was, I want to meet some people that can show me how to live. I want to live. I want to do things. I don't want, and Charles said that earlier, it's not about sitting in a support group meeting and thinking that's recovery. Here's a news flash. It's not. It's what you do from what you heard here, what you do with it when you leave here. That's sobriety. The meetings and educational groups and counseling and all that stuff, that is the first part of the process to get you to put some action behind what you hear and what you say. Because, and I'm not trying to be harsh on anybody, you can say whatever you want, but if you don't do anything with what you said, you might as well not say anything, because you're not living. And I know for me, I didn't quit drugs to just not use drugs. I quit drugs to give me an opportunity to find out why I was choosing to use drugs, and then implement a balanced, holistic lifestyle that I could get out there and experience everything that drugs were preventing me from doing. That's sobriety. And when you grasp that and you start doing some things, you start feeling differently, that the healing process starts to really come to fruition, in my opinion. Not telling you what to do, that's what I've done. And that's what I see. I see a dad who is 6 months now, who is living, and through living, he's healing. And that relationship has healed, right? Good stuff again tonight. Who's up, Carrie?
I don't know anything about addiction. I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't drink. So I feel like I'm kind of naive about the whole thing. So for me, the healing began when my brother did transplants, and I wanted to understand why and what and how long, and so even now we'll talk about things, and I know that like having my questions answered and him being honest with me, that's what's repaired our relationship. So
beautiful. Emily, you're up.
Yeah, so like when the healing begins, that topic, it's kind of funny that like that's the topic you had selected, because right after my intro, my mom sent me a text message. I kind of breaking a rule and looking at my phone.
I didn't notice
to see what she said, but yeah, so it's kind of like, so my thought as far as like for my own healing, it began when I finally believed in myself and that I deserved something better than the life I was living. Because like oftentimes I'll even like have a group about what will we do now that we're sober, basically. And it's the hardest group ever, because it's like we don't believe that We deserve a life full of happiness and a family and whatever it might be. For me, it's riding a motorcycle in the summer and snowboarding in the winter with my husband and my kids. Like, that's awesome. That for me is sobriety in a package. And so, but it starts with the belief that I deserve that. And I think so many of us struggle to even do that. And my mom sent me this quote. I'm just going to share it because it's totally fitting. And it's by Christian Larson. It says, "Believe in yourself and all you are. Know that there is something inside you that is greater than any obstacle." So, yeah. Thanks, Mom.
I can't read that.
Which one?
Any of them.
It's Ashley.
Oh, Ashley.
I think healing for me didn't start when I just stopped drinking.
Got a Skype call. Is this gonna work?
The mouse is gonna work.
Is he on?
Oh, good, yes.
Alex.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Let me close out my Facebook here so I don't get any feedback. All right, can you hear me okay?
Yeah. Can you see us and everything? You good?
Yeah, I can see you. There's a little bit of a delay, but I can see you.
We just want to hear real quickly from you how this whole program and your family and everything, how this is helping you over in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting actually. The question that you posed, when does the healing begin? For family members, I think it kind of starts when the loved one, the person, your friend, your family member, whoever starts to kind of appreciate themselves and starts to kind of grab on to their sobriety and starts to see their self-worth. That's kind of how I think it's really helped our family. And kind of just to tell you a little bit, a real quick story, I guess. The day after Christmas, one of my brothers was still in town, and we all went bowling, and it was my parents and my brother Joe and my brother Zach and his girlfriend Hope. And Joe was doing great. Joe's bowling strikes. I mean, I think he probably beat us a couple games. But if you had told me a year ago on that same date that we'd be doing that, I would have probably thought you were crazy. I mean, Joe's celebrating his 10 months tomorrow, which is amazing. And where we are today compared to 10 months ago, or even, this time last year, is just, it's unbelievable. There's no value that you can put on that. And as a family member, that's really kind of where the value comes in for us, is, seeing that a lot of the healing for us is, I guess, just, seeing his success and seeing, what he's capable of, and him knowing what he's capable of. A lot of times when people are going through that stuff and they're struggling with addiction, there's actions that are hurtful or there's words that are hurtful. As a family member, all that stuff is, I don't want to say it's easy to let go once, the person who's struggling starts to kind of get a hold of all that, but that's nothing compared to, them succeeding and going through all that, that's just words, in the past, or actions in the past. And I'm sure any family member who was, has a loved one or a friend that was struggling with that can probably relate that, I can let all that stuff go easily, just seeing Joe doing what he's doing today, so.
Good stuff. Thanks for calling in, Alex.
Hey, no problem. Thanks, guys.
That's good stuff. Technology at its finest there. I like it. Go ahead, Ashley.
Okay. I think the healing process for me didn't start just when I stopped using, because I was no longer harming myself, but I wasn't really helping myself. So I think healing really started for me the moment I started making actual positive choices and allowing myself to really live and really realize the freedom that I had now that I wasn't harming myself anymore. And I think I had a really rough day yesterday, but I think now when days like that happen, it's really encouraging to me, because I know that that's going to pass, and
it sucks when it's happening, but I think every time I make the conscious choice to allow myself to really live and to make positive choices instead of negative choices, I think that's my healing process.
Absolutely. Marcus.
Yeah, I don't remember that man's name down there, that his daughter wrote that letter. It really hits home with me. Because I got girls that broke their hearts too. And sometimes I feel like I deserve this pain that I'm feeling. Because I hurt them, and a dad's not supposed to hurt his daughter in any kind of way. He's supposed to be there to protect them. And that just gives me hope. Because last time I was here, somebody spoke, or his daughter spoke for him too. And I feel the hope that I can start mending this relationship as long as I stay in this recovery and do what I'm doing. Thank you.
Marcus, even though you're in pain like that, does it motivate you to see this though and know you can do it? Or
absolutely, it brought my hope back. Because I felt hopeless for so long.
Jeff, you gotta see him after. Matt, you're on, buddy.
I'll keep it short. So I can't really tell anybody where the healing begins, but I can share with you where my healing began. And it was one of those just like a big sense of relief moments. It was the night where I just decided to give up. It was just stop running. It was the night I wanted to put myself into treatment so I can get better. But it was a feeling. It was like, imagine being chased for like 5 years, and then all of a sudden the thing chasing you just stops chasing you. It was just this huge sense of relief, just knowing that I don't have to do this anymore. All the thoughts of wanting to end my life, all the thoughts of losing everything. I had to grab on to the one thing that I had left and fight like hell for it, and that was for my life. And putting myself into treatment and going through all of that it still was a really good feeling, because knowing that I could take that time and not worry about anything else but myself. That was, I don't know, that was just really helpful for me, was just to know that. But the biggest healing moment was just the night that I just decided to give up, because, like I said, it was just, I didn't have to run anymore.
Rachel.
The healing started when my dad admitted he had a problem and was ready to get help. And when he found reason for recovery, we never looked back after that. We continued to come to these meetings every Thursday, and the drive there and back, usually back, at that time we went to JoJo's. That was when we would discuss the meeting and really get down, always he would have something that he was thinking of or that was bothering him, and it was always usually the topic of the meeting. And then we would discuss that on the way home, and all the things out the window after that, because I had my dad back, and that meant the world to me.
You. It's Ben, right?
Yeah.
And you are?
Nikki?
I've been watching these two awesome people. You're sitting in the front, and you brought your own toilet paper to cry with and everything. And I'm being serious. I'm watching how you guys are interacting with each other, and it sounds weird for me to say, but it's touching. It's moving. It's an example of healing. It's support.
Yeah, it's my support.
I mean, watching you, that's awesome. And that's what this program really does, That's cool to see. There we go. Yeah, good stuff. Justine, go ahead.
Okay, I want to say, I've been here for almost, my anxiety's kicked in big time. I'm like sweating right now, so. I've been here for almost 2 months, but my healing started about a week ago, last Saturday. I think it was Jess and Randall, we were talking earlier today. it made me like cry. You guys said something, we're here to love you before you love yourself, or something like that. And, I'm sorry. I haven't tried to love myself for 23 years now. And it's just like a weight lifted off my shoulders. The fact that I have all these people here to. But it just started healing, so I can't imagine what it's gonna be like in 6 months from now, especially if I keep coming. I've just never put myself first, not dealing with anyone's crap anymore. You know, I've never done it for myself. So that's all I wanted to say.
That's another example. It's a big difference in what I was talking, one second, what I was talking about earlier about the tone. A lot of times you'll hear, I'm powerless, I'm powerless, I'm powerless. No, you're not. That's empowering. There's a big difference between those two. If we're constantly, I can't, I'm powerless, it's, God, that's a weight. Put that down and switch the verbiage. That's an example of self-empowerment, which leads to more healing and more living. That's what is good about what we're doing at Racing for Recovery. Completely different mindset. Kat, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I think she wanted to
Go ahead.
something else.
Emily, she's my girlfriend. I'm taken away from Quinn. But, 2 weeks ago, she says that I am a queen and I deserve to be treated like one. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. That's all.
That's it? You sure? All right. Kat, you're up.
I don't know exactly, for me, like, I can't pinpoint things of when the healing started. I think just little things happened and I started to feel differently or feel better. But there's a quick story I want to share. This past weekend, I was actually up here for the holiday, with Brett's family, and I went to the Run Walk meeting on Sunday. Patrick and I went, and I walked, kind of paired up with a gentleman from here, and we walked together because we were walking at a faster pace than everyone else, and we started talking, and we talked about all kinds of things, involving addiction and recovery. And this particular gentleman lost his grandson to addiction, and the conversation was was pretty positive, I thought. And I didn't realize, there was anything really going on there. And the next time I saw this individual, he came up to me and said, I want to thank you because I haven't been able to talk like that about him before. This is the first time I've talked about him without crying. And I just feel like that's kind of an example of like a healing moment, like at least for that individual. And then him telling me that, for me, that was helpful and healing for me, you know what I mean? Like, I think healing happens when you are sharing with people, when you're connecting with people, whether it's your family member or somebody else in this room, So that was a fun experience.
A couple more and then we're done. Jordan, go ahead, buddy.
I'll keep it short. For me to start healing, I needed 3 things right off the bat. To be sober, to be honest, and to forgive myself. And anytime I removed any one of those 3, I'd lose the other 2 immediately. Wow. And I tried it with just 2 of the 3 or 1 of the 3, and it never worked. I had to be honest about if I was struggling. I had to be honest if I was, using whatever. And it came down to that in the beginning to get me moving to where I'm at.
Mr. Bill.
Really, the healing began for me the day that I decided that enough was enough. I was tired of feeling however I was feeling then. I wanted to feel better. And it's just like everybody here when they're going through it, you know, once you commit to do something and really commit to it, then you do what you need to do to move forward. And that's what I did, you know. And every day that I see Joe, all that's confirmed that, you know, that healing is starting and it's moving forward and it's stronger than ever.
Sherry.
I just want to share a little story with all of you. My mom remarried when I was very young, and my stepfather was an alcoholic. And he was the dad in my life. When he was sober, he was the most amazing man ever. When he was drinking, he was a terrorist. I really didn't know if my mom would survive him. Many years went by, he continued his behaviors, and one Saturday night he was out drinking. He said he got up Sunday morning and he was very hungover, went into the bathroom, and he said, and God spoke to me. He said it wasn't an audible voice, but I heard him, and he said, you're not going to drink anymore. So his first question was, well, what will they think? And he said, God said, it doesn't matter what they think. That's right. And I just want to like level the playing field for everybody, because alcoholic or addiction or not, everyone's done things in their life that they regret. Everyone has done things that has affected other people. And until you level that playing field and stop looking down on yourself, and that everybody is up here, this is what I try to tell him all the time, because I know his values. You know, everyone here is loved. You have values, you have gifts. And I tell him too, you know, Jesus washed the feet of his disciples before he was crucified, and I always tell him, when you're at your lowest, find someone's feet to wash, because nothing lifts you up more than lifting up someone else. So I prayed for you, all of you here, all week. And you're on my heart and on my mind. And I just want you to know that you're all loved, you're all valued, and it doesn't matter what they think. So when those thoughts come to you, it just doesn't matter. Because you can tell them anything you want to tell them, but your actions are going to show them. And, you know, we had a really divided family. And my stepdad stopped drinking that day and never touched another drop. God restored our whole family, all of our relationships. And when he was diagnosed with cancer a couple years ago, it was my mom that went to his house and stayed with them 24 hours a day. You know, he died loved. And I guess my point is to the parents out here, we see our kids and we know who they are. We know their value. It took me a long time to get over that. But, you know, I want everyone here to know, don't let anything anyone thinks or says to you, if you have to get them out of your circle for a while, that's okay. Because you have to concentrate on you. And you have to forgive yourself to move on. He's so right, forgiveness. We all deserve it.
Well said. Rick and then Penny.
I'll try to be quick. Healing for us, I mean, a lot of us have lost a child, and we can't get them back, but the healing process, a prime example of it that we found here is several months back, there was a young man in here that, you know, he spoke and told how he had nearly died from an overdose and had, you know, a couple many hits of Narcan to save him. And after that meeting, I went out and I talked to him in the hallway, and I felt really compelled. I saw the same pain in his eyes and the look on his face that I saw in my own son. And we had a conversation, and I don't know why I did it, but I told him, I said, man, I'm begging you, please stay involved, and please don't do this to your family. And it sounds kind of crazy and didn't want to freak somebody out, but I was really moved. And the healing for us is now several months later to see that young man doing well, engaged, a child on the way, and the beauty of watching the rebroadcast of last Thursday's meeting was he was in here, and to see that guy so happy and doing well, that's the healing that we've gotten out of our involvement with this program. So.
Penny, you got the last word.
Oh boy. That was powerful. That like just changed my heart. That was amazing. But cope. I think like hope has a lot to do with healing, because it's how you cope with something. You know, when bad things happen, period. We know that bad things happen, good things happen, in between things happen. But we tend, like when the bad things happen, it could be like mind-blowing, it could be soul-shattering, it could be all of those negative things. But if you can cope with that in a way, in a positive way, and say, okay, you know, like last week I had a terrible day. I came in here, I had a terrible day. I picked myself up, I pulled my bootstraps up, woke up the next morning, and I coped with Friday. And I knew that if I stayed in that pity pool, you don't heal. And, you know, as a parent, we need to heal too. We need to throw up good juju to our children, our spouse, whoever it is that's next to us. Because if we're negative all the time, it's not going to help my son. It's not going to help anybody in here. You know, so I think you got to learn to cope, to heal. For me, it kind of goes hand in hand. You know, so it's all about how you handle things.
Would Bon Jovi have a negative attitude, Penny?
No, but you know what? Miracles happen every day. You got to change your perception. Isn't that it? That's it.
Okay, we're gonna have who's got our closing poem? I forgot. Ashley, 1 second. Mike, stand up, Mike. Stand up. I'm not going to do anything to embarrass you or anything. Mike's going to be our noon success story tomorrow. Anybody watching those yet?
Oh, yeah.
So Mike will be on tomorrow. I don't ask for anything for anybody. You can sit down, Mike. You're good. Our program doesn't ask for a lot. We ask for volunteers here and there for some events. I'm asking you and actually pleading with you to share this format. Everybody's on Facebook. Honestly, nobody cares what you ate for lunch. Put something important up there that can help save somebody's life who can't be in this room. Share this live stream. Go to YouTube, watch the archived versions, subscribe to it. There's 4,000 people that viewed last Thursday's and last Friday's live streams. That's powerful. There's power in numbers to hear things like each and every one of you that said something tonight. Please share it so we can reach more people. Okay? Ashley, go ahead.
Autobiography in 5 short chapters by Portia Nelson. I walk down the street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I fall in. I am lost. I am hopeless. It isn't my fault. It takes forever to find a way out. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I pretend I don't see it. I fall in again. I can't believe I'm in the same place, but it isn't my fault. It takes a long time to get out. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I see it is there. I still fall in. It's a habit. My eyes are open. I know where I am. It is my fault. I get out immediately. I walk down the same street. There is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I walk around it. I walk down another street.
Thanks for coming, everybody. Good stuff.